John, one of Jesus' closest disciples, faced severe persecution during his lifetime, especially in his later years. He is traditionally regarded as the author of the book of Revelation, which he wrote while exiled on the Isle of Patmos. His persecution reflects the broader suffering of early Christians under Roman rule, who were often targeted for their faith and refusal to worship Roman gods or the emperor. During the reign of Emperor Domitian around AD 95, Christians were heavily persecuted. The Roman Empire demanded loyalty through emperor worship, which Christians refused because of their allegiance to Christ. This defiance was viewed as a political threat, leading to widespread suffering, including imprisonment, torture, execution, and exile. John, as a prominent Christian leader and witness to Christ, became a target of this persecution. His unwavering faith and leadership made him an influential figure, but it also brought him into conflict with Roman authorities. One of the most notable aspects of John's persecution was his exile to the Isle of Patmos, a barren and rocky island in the Aegean Sea. In Revelation 1 verse 9, John himself writes, "I, John, your brother and companion in the suffering and kingdom and patient endurance that are ours in Jesus, was on the island of Patmos because of the word of God and the testimony of Jesus." Exile was a common punishment for those seen as threats to the Roman Empire. On Patmos, John likely endured isolation, harsh conditions, and possibly forced labor. Despite these challenges, his faith did not waver. Instead, it was here that he received and recorded the divine visions that make up the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation is rich with vivid imagery and profound messages that reflect the challenges and persecution faced by early Christians. Key themes include: God is commanded John to document what he sees, revealing divine visions of faith and endurance. In Revelation 6 verses 9 to 11, he witnesses the souls of martyrs who were slain for their testimony, crying out for justice and vindication. The Roman Empire is portrayed as Babylon in Revelation 17 verses 5 to 6, symbolizing oppression, wickedness, and defiance against God. This imagery serves as a critique of worldly powers that oppose righteousness. Revelation 21 to 22 unveils the holy city, the New Jerusalem, descending from heaven to a renewed earth. This vision promises restoration and eternal fellowship with God. John hears a voice proclaiming that God will dwell with his people, wiping away every tear and removing pain, death, and sorrow. This assurance highlights Christ's ultimate victory and offers encouragement to Christians to remain steadfast in their faith despite trials. Revelation's overarching message is one of hope, urging believers to trust in God's sovereignty and look forward to the day when all things will be made new. Historical traditions add further context to John's suffering. Boiling oil incident. According to early church, John was once plunged into boiling oil as punishment for his faith, but emerged unharmed. This miraculous survival may have led to his exile rather than execution. Unlike most apostles who were martyred, John is believed to have lived to old age, possibly dying in Ephesus after being released from exile. John's life and persecution offer timeless lessons for believers. Despite isolation and suffering, John continued to serve God and provide encouragement to others. John's exile on Patmos became an opportunity for God to reveal the future to him, offering hope to Christians facing persecution. Endurance. Revelation reminds us to endure, knowing that ultimate victory belongs to Christ and his followers. John's persecution serves as a powerful example of steadfast faith in the face of immense trials. His exile and suffering, rather than silencing him, allowed him to share the visions that have inspired countless Christians throughout history. Today, his story challenges us to remain faithful, trusting that God can work through even the harshest circumstances for his glory. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the life and revelations of John. There's so much more to uncover about his visions, the powerful symbolism in his writings, and the timeless lessons they hold for us today. Don't miss out on upcoming episodes where we'll dive even deeper into the book of Revelation. If you found this content insightful and inspiring, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps bring more faith-filled content to life. See you in the next episode.